All right, so let's talk about type conversion. We did a type conversion before using a wrapper class, but let's talk about just straight up, um, just basic what I'm trying to find the word, but basically what Java does automatically. Java will pick a unifying data type, and that unifying data type will hold any data that's explicitly converted, or implicitly converted, I'll say. And it looks like this. I can convert an int to a long, and a long to a float, and a float to a double, because these are more precise. The long is more precise than an int, float is more precise than long, double is more precise than float. But I can't go the opposite direction. Since double is bigger than float, if I try to make a double into a float, I will get a lossy type error. If I try to make a float into a long, I'll get a lossy type error. If I try to make a long into an int, I'll get a lossy type error. It is indeed a problem. We can also explicitly convert, and the way that looks, let me show that to you. Now technically we do have an explicit conversion by pressing period at the end of a value. It converts a number to a double, so we can do that really easily when we're going from integer to double. And I went ahead and added that period here, and I'm going to run that and show you what that looks like now. Not what I meant to do. You see how just adding that period converted that to a double, that versus that. But I can also reset something up into an integer, right? And you just do it that way. So now I can't actually do that because remember this is concatenating to a string. So let me do this somewhere else. Let me come here and I'm going to say double new num. Okay. Now down here I'm going to say double new num is equal to double. Trying to find a way to show you how this explicitly converts. I'm just going to go and do it back up here in this world. I have the double conversion as you see. We'll just take that off, and I am going to instead put that there. So that's another way of doing explicit conversion, just putting the data type in front of with parentheses in front of the value, and that would work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save this and run this now. And you can see it did the same thing. This is important in a lot of ways. For an integer to double, I just add the period and it works just as well. But know that this is useful in so many places beyond these primitive data types. Also, know that you don't need to perform an explicit cast when assigning a value to a higher unifying type. So going from int to double, you don't need to perform an explicit cast. And that's all for now. Thank you.